our traditional leadership have written 4 letters opposing this project, both to the government and the proponent, Imperial Metals. We have no agreement as of yet, and the BC government is allowing this to happen. Yet none of our answers or concerns has been properly entertained. Our Tla-o-qui-aht First Nations is not in support of the BC Ministry of Energy and Mines approval process that is moving way too fast without our consent. Our Tla-o-qui-aht leadership has been insulted by the province's interpretation that our Aboriginal claim to this area is only low to moderate. We will not sit back and allow our Indigenous title and rights to be minimized and disrespected to allow for a business as usual approach. The impacts associated with gold mining is its destructive resource extraction and usage of heavy metals is an environmental disaster waiting to happen. BC nor Canada has no authority to define our Aboriginal title, our Aboriginal claims to our Tla-o-qui-aht chiefs' territories based on historical reports and research findings. We are not textbook Indians that lived 200 years ago, but continue to take our rightful place in this part of the world. These government officials have never witnessed our important business that takes place during our potlatches that we still practice today. Our chiefs and title are connected to these lands and resources, and their songs and dances is a reminder of our collected responsibilities. Our spiritual connections to our chiefs' territories gives us strength and power, and the power of nature cannot be defined in the English language, nor can any Canadian government define our holistic collective relationships. Our Tla-o-qui-aht leadership is deeply offended by the Ministry of Energy and Mines that stated our claims to the area is low to moderate. Our elders of 20 years ago, people like late Grandma Margaret Joseph, late Archie Frank, were strong and defiant and remain committed to our Nuu-chah-nulth belief system, a unique, sophisticated system that reminds us of ancient laws and responsibilities to ensure the well-being of our people and the environment. The Canadian governments and the church, through the residential school system of genocidal attempts, could not rid us of this sacred relationship that we have to our chiefs' lands and resources. The political, social, cultural, and economic values associated with our Tla-o-qui-aht cannot be modified or absorbed into the Canadian politic. I am not a supporter of the BC Treaty process because of the view that it is yet another colonial process that is trying to separate our traditional values and relationship to the lands and resources. The BC Treaty process is a dangerous relationship with the province and the federal government because it will disempower our Tla-o-qui-aht sovereignty and allow for multiple industries such as Imperial Metals to achieve their goals. The Imperial Metals proposed gold mine in Tranquil Inlet would lead to catastrophic impacts to our fisheries and to our ecosystem. The proponent would be pursuing extensions to the Fandora vein and potential discovery of additional mineralization structures within a 25 square kilometer. And our Tla-o-qui-aht leadership has demanded to Imperial Metals that they must finance a third party to do an independent environmental assessment on their gold mining plans. And this simple request has not been met to date. Our Tla-o-qui-aht peoples believe so strongly in protecting this important watershed that we will launch a local and international direct action campaign to shut Imperial Metals down here in Tla-o-qui-aht. We have a lot to lose here. If we allow industrial mining within the whole of Clayoquot Sound, industry will deplete resources and move on. The Canadian governments will rise and fall, but we, the Tla-o-qui-aht people, will still be here with these irresponsible resource management consequences. When we talk about jobs in today's context, especially after growing up in Clayoquot Sound and seeing the collapse of the fishing and logging industry, I believe our Nuu-chah-nulth people want to develop proper, sustainable economies that will survive generations and not a boom and bust cycle that is designed to fall. The threat of clear-cutting by logging companies such as McMillan Blodell on Mears Island, I believe set in motion how we, the Tla-o-qui-aht people, would perceive resource management for future generations. Our chiefs and elders of 25 years ago declared Mears Island that we call Wan-a-just-Hitluas, a tribal park that allows for responsible human interaction within our traditional territories, such as tourism, traditional practices, and rights to harvesting in a sustainable manner. I believe that our tribal parks approach on resource management is a revitalized traditional approach in how we can apply economic, social, and environmental stewardship in a healthy modern context. If we allow for industrial mining to take place within our chiefs' territories, there's no turning back. The disturbances associated with these types of activities cannot be restored back to its original pristine ecosystem. Our Tla-o-qui-aht peoples have invested interest in our Nuu-chah-nulth fishery court case, as what was mentioned earlier, seafood gathering and ecotourism. Industrial mining will have a huge negative impact on these types of activities. We, the Tla-o-qui-aht people, as Nuu-chah-nulth people, and concerned people are on the verge of a great struggle to protect Clayoquot Sound from further industrialization. The Industrial Revolution has reached its peak with depleting resources, global warming, and collapsing international economies. In the coming months and years, we will need your support. We will need to forge alliances with one another to protect Mother Earth and all of its resources so that our grandchildren will live in a healthy way. Thank you. Shoot.